Gamescom, the biggest gaming event in Europe, has now finished for another year, but we did get some really great stuff to talk about in the form of game reveals and footage for games we really haven't seen too much of so far. So with that said, today I'm going to do a quick rundown on 6 of the best games at Gamescom of 2018. To start, we have Biomutant, an open world RPG from the team at Experiment 101, which for those of you who don't know is largely comprised of old Just Cause developers. Biomutant is a game we did get a couple of glimpses of last year, but we really haven't seen too much of it until now, and it may be shaping up to be a potential sleeper hit. The game gives you the option to create and deck out a raccoon-like creature of your choosing with multiple different weapons, each having tons of possible combinations. Combat is surprisingly zany and quick. You'll be jumping, dodging, slashing, shooting, and even at times commanding a mech to take down multiple foes. The game has been delayed from its initial 2018 launch date to the middle of 2019, but so far it's coming together well. Next is a series by the team who created the fantastic Until Dawn. The Dark Pictures Anthology is a series of standalone games that starts with Man and Medan, a supernatural horror following 4 young men out on a diving trip attempting to find a World War II wreck, but as the day goes on, they get much more than they bargained for. Like Until Dawn, you have to make quick-fire decisions which could result in any of the protagonists living or dying, and because of its varying choices, the game is designed to have plenty of replayability. It's not due out till next year, and there is clearly some further work needed as aspects like facial animations look a little off, but if you've been waiting for another experience like Until Dawn, this could well be it. Number 3 is another narrative-driven game that gives you choices, and is a personal favourite series of mine, Life is Strange 2. Life is Strange 2 was technically revealed the day before Gamescom began, but we didn't get actual straight gameplay until the event itself, where we got to see a little more of what to expect. This time the game doesn't follow Max or Chloe, instead telling the story of 16-year-old Sean and his 9-year-old brother Daniel, who go on the run after a supernatural accident happens that results in a cop being killed. In terms of the gameplay, it looks distinctly like the first, which is absolutely not a bad thing at all, and should hopefully provide another engrossing and deep story. Thankfully, you won't have to wait long to check out the first episode as it releases later next month. Moving on to a more fast-paced action game, we have Devil May Cry 5. The game was announced at E3 of this year with a fantastic trailer, but Gamescom greeted us with some additional gameplay and cutscenes, not to mention a confirmed release date of March 8th, which is not all that far away. This extended look at the game not only shows us how graphically impressive it is, but also shows us the combat system in greater detail and how Nero's prosthetic arm, the Devil Breaker, will play a role within it. The Devil Breaker's biggest gameplay addition is that it can be customized with multiple different attachments that can be switched on the fly with various uses, from shooting out lasers to a devastating rocket punch to name just a couple. The Gamescom trailer also closed with a snippet of Dante and his motorbike, with him splitting it in two and actually using each half as individual weapons. Like Devil May Cry 5, Sekiro was also revealed at E3, but we really didn't see much in the way of gameplay to get a good idea of what From Software's new game is all about, with many assuming it was just a samurai-themed Dark Souls. First of all, Sekiro differs by being considerably faster than both Dark Souls and Bloodborne, but most notable is that elements like the stamina bar do not exist. Instead, combat works based on posture. Put simply, your job is to deplete the enemy's posture gauge through attacks and parrying in order to deal a powerful blow. This has ultimately been described by many as a system that relies on you being clever in bouts rather than skillful. Sekiro releases on March 22nd and promises to be an even tougher game than From Software's previous titles, much to I imagine players' delight or dread. Last but not least is actually another game that takes inspiration from the Souls series, The Surge 2. The original game came out only a year ago to a relatively good reception, but it had a lot of improvements to make. Although we only got a little footage of the sequel at Gamescom, it already appears a major improvement over the first. Combat looks faster, less clunky, and you have a wider variety of attacks. It's a sequel to a game nobody really asked for, but might just be one to keep your eye on, as it may turn out better than you expect. That's it for today. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like, subscribe and hit that bell icon to receive notifications when future videos are posted. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.